Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Rude Man. And I cut a bunch of grass and I stuffed the silage maker with it. So I'm going to see if I can make a little bit of money because I wanted to buy some stuff. So let's go check and see how much we've made. There's been several farm days since the last episode because I wanted that stuff to ferment. I got to make money somehow. And then the project for today is to get the field seeded. So while this is filling up, we're going to go find the seeder. I don't know if I've got a tractor hooked up to it. Well, I don't even remember if I bought a seeder. Maybe I didn't. Well, let's take a look. I might not have. Okay. Everything is leased, isn't it? Everything I have is leased. Oh man, I've got to do something about that. I do have a seeder. But man, we need to start buying some stuff here. Let's wait and see how much we're going to make on the silage. And in the meantime, let's grab a tractor and see if we can find the seeder. It's got to be around here somewhere. I wonder if it's still at the dealer. I don't ever remember seeding yet. Let's run to the dealer and see if it's there. If I can remember where the dealer's at. I think it was this way. Wasn't it a John Deere dealer? If not, I can always turn it back in and lease it. I'm going to keep the mower for a while because if I'm making money on silage, I need to maybe mow some more grass. But some of that stuff I can turn back in and just release it, or if I have money, buy it when I need it. Right now I need the seeder. There it is. Now, let's see. Where do I buy the seed? Uh-oh. I didn't turn sharp enough. I didn't churn tarp enough. I almost hit the pallet jack. Now, is that not seed? It might not be seed. I don't know. I really don't know where anything's at. Let me back up and see if this is even stuff I can buy. Well, I really thought that was a buy spot, but maybe it's just for show. Might all be just for show. Well, I'll have to put my own in then. There's no signs on anything. There's the seeds in these. Why would the seeds be in there? Well, it's a silo, I guess. Alright, while that's waiting, let's go back to 48. And we do have a load of silage. Let's run to the... God, that's a lot of silage. I didn't realize I'd cut that much grass. Run down this dirt road that looks like wood to me. This looks like planking. It's so smooth. I've never seen a dirt road this smooth. All right, Rose. Get this stuff unloaded. $85,000. So we stand to make a couple $100,000. I think there's, if I saw right now, I'm not sure. I might have seen some zeros in there that weren't there, but I thought it was 700,000 worth of silage. It might have been 70, and I just added an extra zero for some reason. That means I've got 7 trips of 85,000. I'm gonna have to put a road in here. That's a job for another day, though. Okay. Yeah, I did. I saw 700,000. Wow, I didn't realize I cut that much grass. Okay, and the seeder is full. Let's close the tanks up. And it's set on corn, but I'm not going to do corn. I want to do something that's got a windrow on it, because then I get a little bit of extra money from the windrow. Not much, but a little bit. Every little bit helps. When you're playing survival. Now, some of the stuff I'm going to have to keep leasing, because if you're talking a combine, you're talking anywhere from $500,000 to $750,000 for a decent combine. But maybe some of the smaller, cheaper stuff that I've got leased I can purchase. All right, let's put the wings out. Starting this corner over here. All righty, let's see here. Let's switch to just a standard crop. I'm just going to do wheat to start with. And I'm just going to let Scorpion take over here. I've got other things to do, so if he will, he doesn't want to. Great. Guess what that means? I have to do everything. I was gonna look because this cedar, I thought I made a mod of this particular cedar, and I can't find it, so I'm either gonna have to remake it, or I could find one online. So I should make the mod and do a video of it. It's very simple, really. All you need to do is go into Giant Editor, and there's a way for you to rip the in-game piece of equipment out, and that lets you have it as a file, and you can mod it. It's easier just to go find one somebody else has already done. The only time I've ever done that is when the game was new, and I couldn't find a mod that I was looking for, and then I would pull it out of the game myself and mod it. I'm not a modder. I don't enjoy doing it. It's you gotta kind of want to do it. I like to make videos and play the game. That's what I like to do. I don't even care for live streaming that much. The problem with the live streaming is I sometimes say things I shouldn't say, and you can't take it back. It's like seeing something ugly. You've seen it. That image isn't going to go away. You can't unsee it. And the other reason I don't care that much for live streaming is this isn't a business for me. This is a hobby. I want to be able to do it when I want to do it. So having to live stream at a certain time on a certain day every week, there's sometimes I just don't feel like it. Sometimes I don't feel well at all. Sometimes I just would rather do something else. Sometimes I'm out with the family. Oh, geez, sorry, family. I'll be back in 2 hours. I've got a live stream to do. That's fine if you're trying to make money doing this. I'm not. It's just a hobby for me. Although it's a very expensive hobby. And that's probably the main reason why I don't care that much for live streaming. I don't like being tied down. But it's what you have to do. If you don't, nobody's going to come watch you. If you've got a schedule, they know you're going to be there on such and such a day at such and such a time. And if they like what you're doing, they're going to be there. Now, if they show up and you're not there, okay, well, maybe something went wrong. You come in next week, and again, if you're not there, then the next week, they're not even going to come. They're just going to say, well, he's never there when I go, so I'll just go somewhere else. So it's important if you're starting something like that, that you set a schedule and stick to it. I've actually been doing pretty good for the last year of live streaming. I do Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's not too bad. 1 o'clock Pacific time to 3 o'clock. It's definitely easier than recording. I've mentioned that before. The recording is a little bit more difficult because you have to record, then you have to edit it, and then after that you have to render it, and after you render it, then you have to compress it. After you do that, then you've got to get it up onto YouTube. That takes a lot of work and a lot of time. I'm going to hit that fence. Yep, I sure did. Not the straightest job, I know. Wonder why they won't work. Yeah, see, it just won't do it. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Back up. I can't get anybody to work for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's the map itself, because there's certain maps I don't have any trouble hiring a worker, and I'm using the contractor mod. And so, is it the contractor mod that won't let me do it? I don't think so, because I've been on other maps that it worked fine. Oh shoot. I don't want to run my sign over. The Simon family would be upset. Okay, now let me stop this. I need to find out on this equipment here, what can I unlease, because I've got this stuff leased. Let's see. Okay, I can unlease this because I need to buy it, but I don't need it right now, so let's unlease that. It's fairly cheap. I'm using this. I'm not going to unlease it right now. I don't need this right now. Let me unlease it, and I can buy it again. Don't think I can afford the combine, but I can always lease it again. Actually, that goes for anything I'm using here. I'm using this tractor. I'm not using this tractor right now. Let me unlease it. I'm not going to mow for a while. I'll unlease that for now. I may have to lease it again. And I'm using this. I'm using this. I'm using this. I don't need that right now. If I don't have the mower, I don't need the quicker picker upper. Plus, I want to put mine in there, and then I'll buy it. So, okay, these I'm using currently. We'll just leave those. And speaking of silage, let's go sell this. I haven't seeded the field yet, so I'm going to take a shortcut. I don't know what kind of weather you guys have where you're at, but I had a beautiful day today. Today is my wife and mine anniversary. We went out to lunch because we didn't want to go to dinner. We plan on doing something else this evening. We didn't want to go out. So we had a very nice lunch for our anniversary. The day is beautiful. It's just gorgeous out there. It's in the 60s, which is nice for us. And I was thinking about, here we are, June. My birthday's next week. And then our summer begins. For some people, your summer begins in June. For where we're at, it's still kind of chilly in June. So our summer doesn't really start till July and August. Late July and August. Unless we travel. But another summer's on us. We love it. And normally, if this was real life, I'd have a radio blaring, music playing. I'd be rocking out in the cab, air conditioner going, cold soda, just enjoying the day. Now, if they're not going to let me hire a worker, and they're not, so I think what I should do is set up a GPS program here, because if I do this myself, you can see I'm not going in a straight line per se. And not only that, I'm not exactly using the full width of the cedar. If I set a GPS course, the GPS will be able to use the full width of the cedar for me. So let's do that. I don't think I have anything set up for seeding. No, I do not. So let me get out of here and looky. Is that right? It is right. Sweet. How'd that happen? Well, let's just... this must be the same width as the soil seeder, the soil sensor. So we're going to use that, and we're going to do seed... Oh, geez. What is this? This is a Great Plains. So we'll know which one it is in case we buy a different one. All right. Let's turn it on and drop the cedar. Now I can just kind of sit back and hold the accelerator down, and GPS just takes me where it will. Now, I'm curious. I normally don't use this cedar. I wonder if I should have used a harrow or a cultivator before I did this, because I noticed that there's some crop from the last crop still on the field, and it didn't do anything to it. Where it made me think that maybe I should have used a cultivator on this field. Some of the cedars will actually cultivate while it's seeding. I think the John Deere does. I don't know if it's supposed to, but the mod does. I'll have to think about it on the next harvest. I'll have to think about that. It might be something I should do. So I would, if I need to plow, I would plow. If it needed lime, I would lime. Then I would fertilize. No, wait a minute. If it needs plowing, I would plow, and then I wouldn't have to cultivate. If it doesn't need plowing, then maybe I should cultivate it, and then lime and fertilize and seed. Because see, it's not taking that crop up. It's not cultivating. It's just seeding over the old crop. Probably not a good thing to do. I should prepare the field a little better than that. But I normally use a piece of equipment, as I say, that cultivates while it seeds. I gotta go check on 48. My problem is I'm not sure what the game will do, because the game isn't always realistic to what real life would be. I'm not sure, since I've fertilized and limed, if I cultivate over that, would it take away my fertilizer and my lime? The game might. In real life, obviously, if you've put fertilizer out there and then you cultivate, the fertilizer's still in the ground. If you limed it, you know, the pH level's still in the ground. In the game, sometimes you'll put something in, and then when you cultivate it or plow it, that goes away, and you got to put it back on, which isn't necessarily realistic. But then it's a game. Yeah, the only thing that I'm thinking about getting my, if I had one, I swear that I made a mod of this particular seeder when 19 started up, when it came on the market. But regardless of that, the only thing I would change is have it maybe go just a tad faster, maybe 12 miles an hour, maybe 13. Just a little bit faster than 9. Normally I would make it go much faster. Normally I would also make it hold like 1,000,000 tons of seeds. I don't want to do that on a survival game. I want it to be more legit. It's not necessarily my style, but it's how I'm playing at the current time. Well, we are going to have a little bit of money to buy equipment. Maybe I'll get a new combine. I put a new combine in here. I was using a leased combine at one point on Indiana, John Deere, that I've had for quite some time, and I like it. It's a good mod. It's a good piece of equipment. But recently we found an Ideal, and it's very nice mod. It seems to work very well. There's only one problem with it. It comes in any color you want as long as it's black. Can you imagine out in the fields doing a harvest with an all black combine? Oh my God, it would be so hot. Soaking the sun up. It would just be terribly hot. And they're going to get dirty regardless of the color, but black would really show the dirt. So yeah, I kind of wish it came in different colors. It's a decent mod other than that. There's also a mod that you've seen me use. That, whoa, what happened? Oh, I didn't reset the... Shoot. Well, at least I caught it early. There's a mod that you see me using that that you can choose whether it's a Massey Ferguson, a Challenger, or a Fendt. That'd be nice if this mod I'm talking about did that. Doesn't. It doesn't. I think I've got it in here. Let's see. It's this one right here, I think. Nope, that's not it. No, I don't have it in here. Oh, shoot. Okay, note to self, put it in. This is the one that I was telling you about, that you can make it a Fendt, or you can make it a Massey Ferguson, or a Challenger, and of course you can change all the colors. A Challenger would be yellow, the Fendt green, and then of course the Massey Ferguson a beautiful red. I'll have to put a note out to myself to put that one in, because I like it. I've only used it on one farm, but I really enjoyed it. It's a good mod. This is my favorite tractor. I like the way this sounds. I like the way it drives. The detail is pretty good. And it's powerful enough it can do almost anything you need to have it do. It's my all-purpose go-to tractor. It's not the most stylish, but hey, it's a Fendt. What do you expect? I seriously didn't realize I had that much grass. I was watching Netflix, some movie. Well, I actually watched a movie, and then I was watching old Bill Shatner with some kind of an unexplained, or I don't know what he calls the name of the show, where they're looking at strange and weird things. Is that weird or what? Something, I don't know how he does it, but I was kind of watching some of that stuff. There's some wild stuff on there. And so I really wasn't paying attention to what I was farming. I was just cutting grass, picking it up and dumping it. I guess time got away from me. I didn't know I'd done that much. Not that I don't need the money. had a little bit of surprise when we went to lunch. We went to our favorite Mexican restaurant, which we haven't been to since COVID. So it's been, well over a year. And it's still in Oregon, the restaurants are still only open 50% of their capacity. Why? I don't know, because Oregon was barely hit. They're on the news crying about how many people are, new cases and stuff. But if you compare it to most other states, we really weren't hit very hard. Knock on wood. But anyway, we're still only 50%. The restaurants. I was surprised to find out that the name of the restaurant had changed. The menus were different, and it has a new owner. And as it turns out, it was one of the guys that's worked there for 20 years. The owner was wanting to relax. He's worked hard most of his life, and he's got some health issues coming on, and decided he would just kind of take it easy and asked the other guy if he wanted to take it over. So, since the guy'd been there for 20 years, nothing really changed except for the menu, and the menu, a lot of things he just kind of changed what he called them, and of course he renamed the restaurant. It was the Mazatlan, and now it's oh God, let me think about it. Viva Tijuana is what he named it. I think he said that's where his family was from, Tijuana. Yeah, we used to go to that restaurant quite a little bit when I was working in a little town called Cannon Beach on the coast. And my wife was working in a little town called Seaside. And we lived in a little town called Warrenton. And so where my wife worked was about halfway between home and where I worked, and I used to meet her there for lunch. So we ate there quite a little bit. Okay, now I see there's something wrong here, and unfortunately I just noticed it. As I finished the field, I was too busy talking, and I noticed that if you look down in the lower corner where it says wheat, it still says I've got 100% of the seed. It's not been seeding, which means that I think I had to cultivate first. So I just wasted this whole time. I should say I didn't waste it because I've been visiting with you, but I wasted the day. So let's do this again. I got to go back to the shop, get me a cultivator, and hope that it doesn't take away my lime and my fertilizer. How big is that one? 16 meters? It's so ugly. Why'd they have to make it blue? It's just ugly. Okay, that's a 12 meter. 8 meter. I'm going with the big one. I don't want to have to do this. I'm not going to buy it, though. I'm going to lease it because I think I got better harrows than that. Darn it. What a waste of time. Well, it's going to be a long farm day. So, if I was a different kind of a YouTuber, I would say to hell with it and I would just remake this. But I don't mind showing you guys that, hey, I make mistakes. So I'm not gonna redo it. Man, those birds are loud. All right, so let's reset that, and then that's off a little bit. So what we're going to do, why is there somebody looking at my house? Anyway, we're going to go in here and back this out and do an auto width. And then come in here. All right, let's stop it here. And let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, pH value is perfect. The nitrogen is perfect. Let's go back to the end of the harrow, or the back of the harrow, and see what it did to us. It took the nitrogen away. It did take the... See, now that would not happen in real life. The nitrogen is still there. So I've wasted the fertilizer. Well, live and learn. All right, plow or harrow first, lime, fertilizer, and then seed. Now you may be asking how I didn't know that was going to happen. Well, it's because I don't play this way normally. Normally I've got modded equipment, and the planter that I use, it not only puts seed, it puts fertilizer and herbicide all in one pass. And it doesn't matter what the ground is like. So I don't usually try to do this in a form of realism, if you will. And that's what I'm attempting to do here. And so I'm learning as I go. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. When I come back, we'll start over. And hopefully we'll have a little bit better day. Hope you had fun. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Ta-ta for now.